Hi, I just wanted to drop in and I wanted to spontaneously tell my thoughts about something that I really feel very passionately about. It's about building habits and building new behaviors. So, there are some really good and interesting methods that I've been adopting in order to make my habits sustainable. Like everybody talks about atomic habits, but nobody talks about the first cue that you get in order to sustain a habit. So, I've been brushing my teeth in the just before bed, and usually before that I'm already in bed. I'm scrolling, and that is also another habit that I'm trying to inculcate. I stopped listening to matlab, I stopped listening to something that that used to put me to sleep, and like I'm depending more on my own tiredness in a sense, and uh, that is something I'm working on. And so that was where I started to understand the cues and how to sustain my good habits. So the first thing that you need is a reason. The reason is not going to come to you in the form of some uh, overarching solution to your problem. It's going to be something very concrete, and it's going to be something very practical. Nobody talks about this. Everybody talks in esoteric ways that it's going to come from within you, that motivation, that discipline is going to come within you. But most of the times, we sustain those habits that have a practical use in your life. Why do you brush your teeth before bed? In order to not wake up to a stanky breath. And that was my main motive, in order to, and plus nobody cares about the health as long as they have healthy teeth. And that is something that I struggled with a lot. And so in order to sustain these habits, you have to actually work on something that is achievable first and foremost, and take the cue for a reward that is actually present in your life. You cannot just say ki no, I'm going to get this in 10 years, because your mind doesn't like that. Nobody likes a long term benefit, because it's most of the times it's very uh, it's very I'm sorry, I'm not going to edit this video because it was like a brain fart or something. But uh, it's mostly inconsistent, it's unreliable, and it's not always guaranteed. Future benefits may or may not come. So that was where I started with long term health in my mind, that I need to take care of my teeth, and I need to fix my sleeping pattern. I don't want to rely on medications anymore, and I need to do something so that my sleep will be uninterrupted. So I realized that I was coughing a lot, that made me wake up in the middle of the night. And I realized that whenever I brushed my teeth, that coughing episodes would decrease. I still don't understand the science behind it. I think I would salivate less, and it would it wouldn't wake me up from my sleep that often. So that was something that I worked upon. Try to find some realistic cue that you can follow, and always try to strive for future goals that are very achievable, along with rewards that actually give you pleasure. Try to look for results that is actually going to help you. uh, not something esoteric. Don't think of something that is like world peace or anything, because nobody understands that. Have a result, try to achieve a result that is actually achievable, and try to go for a result that is understandable by you. Try to simplify the habit. I always s- go before uh, go to my bed before doing anything else, and after that, when I am comfortable, I would always get up and then brush my teeth. It also has the added benefit that I don't drink tea at night, and it does not um, interfere with my sleeping patterns, because that sudden jolt of caffeine is going to mess with your sleep, obviously. So that is something I have been uh, noticing in my daily life. And of course, like, when you're trying to go on the path of self improvement, some hiccups are going to come in the in whatever field you are trying to improve yourself in. The the thing is that, try to give yourself a relaxation day of 1 or 2 days. uh, Most of the times, I don't mind if I skip a day. It's very it's easy to get on track if you give yourself break days. Just give yourself a break and come back stronger. And other than that, you just have to be very realistic and very dumb with your goals. You don't have to be extremely uh, you can't just continuously try to be very diligent with your work, because discipline is not the collation of every good day. It's the collection of good days as well as bad days. Sometimes you won't get the feeling of getting up from the bed, brushing your teeth, going back to your work and whatever, but sometimes you have to do it regardless of what you feel like. So, and the thing is that people often uh, I'm trying not to go on a rant, but people often separate discipline from motivation, but I think that they're both very closely interlinked together. I think it's all fancy speak, and motivation always builds discipline, and sometimes you can actually work without the motivation if you have the discipline. Most of the people don't enjoy being disciplined. Actually, they have been turned into a disciplined person by their own actions. So motivation can often breed discipline. Sometimes you don't even want to play Xbox, you don't want to play on the PlayStation with your friends, but you do because it's it's a motivator. And often you would come back from home, back from school, and come back to home, play with your friends, and it becomes a ritual. So just build a ritual, that's it. And it sounds very when I explain it, it sounds very easy, but it's not. Even a simple thing as washing your face at night, brushing your teeth at night, it can also be very daunting. Not everybody is brought up that way, so I can understand. It's okay to fail. The capitalistic society is always like you have to succeed at every other turn, but it's okay to fail. And the more you fail, you're going to get even more opportunities, and you're going to get even 100 different doors of opportunity are going to open up for you, 100 other ways that are going to work for you. So don't get disheartened and just keep on doing what you're doing.